Hello everybody, it's me Reza again. This is the third vlog this week. Well, actually, vlog isn't the right word, but let's use it for so far. It's a vlog. It's far more than a vlog, of course. It's life lessons, it's storytelling, it's a bit of comedy, but that doesn't take away that there's very important, tough, heavy subjects that will help you in your life. Where am I today? I have no idea. I've never been here before. That's why today we're taking a walk. We're not gonna stand, we're taking a walk and exploring this place. Today, I want to talk about the third and last uh, advice how to gain confidence when you're a smart person. Well, the last two advices were for smart person people in general. But this is truly for the gifted. So if you're gifted, and the more gifted you are, the higher IQ you have, the higher your IQ is, the more you should listen to this next advice. This is advice what you should not do. The most damaging thing you're probably doing to harm your confidence. Before I start with that, let's give a quick summary of the first two. The first advice, you probably forgot, even though I sent slides. But the first one, to to put it together real quick, it shouldn't. Don't overcomplicate things, but it shouldn't be that if you're smart, then you're extra insecure about your opinions. It shouldn't be. That's the first advice. Second advice was, if you're in your element and talking with confidence about the subjects you know, then you shouldn't let other people stop you by saying that you're arrogant. That's the second advice. So in the second advice, I already hinted what you shouldn't do, but this is the worst thing you can do for your confidence when you're gifted, and especially when you're very gifted. So, you know what it is? It is taking advice from your school teachers. That's the worst thing you can do when you're gifted, and especially when you're highly gifted. Don't take advice from school teachers. Probably ever. Maybe one or two times they might be right. And this is really only for the gifted people. For the rest of them, I think it's a great idea. School. Most people are average in their thinking, and they should have something to stimulate everybody, to make them go look at the same page. That makes communication much easier, working together much easier. It's easy to hate on school because nobody likes school, and everybody sees it from their own perspective. So if you're not good at math, you hate math, and you never do anything with math in your entire life, and you think, stupid school, why did they make me do math? Yeah, it's important. Just take it from me, it's important. Every subject in school is important. Every subject, math, science, physics, everything is related to everything. Biology. I can't look anywhere without seeing something from physics, biology, chemistry. It's all over the place, everywhere. That's why you should have some small understanding of those subjects. But for the gifted person, it could be very harming to take advice from school too seriously. Because the smarter you get, the more flaws you will get in trying to act normal. The easiest example, there are many examples, but the easiest example is language. Did you know that a lot of gifted people are dyslexic? Weird, isn't it? They're smart. They should read a lot. Lots of normal people can also, read normal. Why do the extra smart people, they're not smart? Well, there's a logic explanation for that too. Me, myself, also used to be, never really written, never officially, but I made a lot of mistakes in my language that was plenty to make people think I'm probably dyslexic. And even though I improved a lot over the years, I can still see what the things are in my language that will make people think that I'm dyslexic. Another thing, and I know every subject I can really dive deep into the dyslexic part. There's so many things. There's so many flaws, to be honest. So that's why I understand that. I didn't perform at that level in that cubicle. I used to stutter. Something that usually surprises people, but I used to stutter. Before entering high school, there was a musical, and one small part, not a small part actually, one part, a big part, was written for somebody who stutters, and the entire class knew I had to have that role because I stutter. So I really stuttered. It's hard to believe maybe, because sometimes I can even talk really fast, but I used to stutter. And still, if I listen closely to myself, I think I just clearly spat in the camera. Sorry for that. I can still hear that I used to stutter. My sentences are very long, and during the sentences, I think about the best correct definition, and it can be wrong, so I put a very high standard, and that's why I stutter. And okay, that's gone. I don't look dyslexic anymore. I don't stutter anymore. But still, I have problem keeping left and right apart. Weird, isn't it? I tried it from a very young age. I had jobs where it was essential to know what left and right is, and I thought that would make me finally learn, even though I was already an adult, finally learn what left and right is. And the weird thing is, if I'm in traffic and somebody says turn left, and I think, okay, because it goes really fast, I can't look at my hands to see what left and right is. For some weird reason, it's not a 50-50. I'm wrong 8 out of 10. And when I think like, okay, usually I'm wrong, this time I'm gonna pick the other, and then I'm wrong again. It's really weird. So, if school really notices that you don't fit in the cubicle, that you don't perform like the others, then you must not be smart. And that's what I thought. At least at those things that they were judging. And even at an IQ test, things are measured in some sort of cubicle. There are standards. There are other standards, but there are standards. And the more you, the more you deviate, the more you're apart from the standards, the harder it is to test the intelligence. So when I'm at the first year of high school and I'm trying to do the Dutch language test, to my surprise, I'm not even average. How is this possible? Didn't I just win a poetry competition, little poetry competition somewhere? Didn't I just write a lot of stories, what the entire class wanted to read, and they laughed? They didn't have any problem. Like, you don't communicate as good as us average people. So how can it be? How can I not be okay at my own native language, while that interests me so much? I love to write stories, I love to write poetry. How can I not be good at Dutch? The simple reason is because the things they test, I'm not good at. But the things they don't test, it's impossible to test the others. You cannot test the others if you can write a poem that really sounds and look like poem. It's not something that kids do, usually. Not in my class, not in my time. It's weird. Just embrace it. It's weird. It's kind of weird. It's good, but it's weird. It's not according to the norm, and that's okay. So the easiest advice for the gifted people to gain confidence is to not listen to what your school teacher is telling you. They don't have the capacity, they don't have the cubicles to fit you in. And that's why you will perform worse than average people. But that doesn't mean that you're not good. And in my example, but probably in a lot of gifted people examples, the language is very important. Vocabulary is very important to gain knowledge. If you don't know words, if you don't know ideas, if you don't know how to express exactly, then it's impossible to get smart. But if you're expressing yourself so exact that it really differs, like normal sentences, it's less than 10 words maybe, and your sentences are maybe 30 words. Like language, normal language isn't designed for the length of thoughts that go on in your own mind. That's why it's not okay according to the norm. That doesn't mean it's not okay. If you can, this is what language is for. If you're able to put an abstract thought or fantasy in such clear definition that the other person almost exactly knows what to imagine, even though the other person hasn't imagined this before. It can be fantasy, but it also can be chemistry or science or something like that, something that you cannot really see and you can explain it. That's a clear sign of very high intelligence and language skills. And that was it for today, and that was it for this week. Confidence for the gifted people. What not to do. Don't listen to your school teachers. For the rest, do listen to them, act accordingly, behave. But for the gifted person, it's not your cup of tea. Bye bye.